Hi, my name is Joel. I'm the conservation garden farmer here at the Native Seed Search Conservation Center in Tucson, Arizona. For any of you who don't know, Native Seed Search is a nonprofit seed bank committed to conserving, increasing, and distributing arid-adapted seeds of the U.S. Southwest and Northwest Mexico. What we want to do this morning is provide a few updates about what has been added to these gardens at the Conservation Center in 2022, thanks to our supporters, donors, and volunteers. Let's get started with some of our new infiltration basins. One of the new additions over this last year has been a number of infiltration basins like this one right here. The Conservation Center is in a double floodplain, and we got to see last monsoon what that looks like when the rains are really strong. And so adding rockwork and rainwater infiltration basins like this allow us to slow the water down and spread it out. And in particular, this one here is allowing us to take all the ponding and the puddling from the parking lot and actually bring it into our growing areas and feed it and deliver it to some of the more water-needy trees like our heritage fruit trees. So we're going to be adding a lot more additions like this of French drains and rockwork that will allow us to turn our problem of flood mitigation into a solution of adding more water to our crops and to our soils without adding more irrigation. Behind me you can see our newest addition to the Conservation Center, which is our processing ramada, which was just completed in April of this last year. The trees and native plants that we're propagating here will go into windbreaks like this one right behind me, which we're going to continue establishing all around the new and established garden beds on the property. The wind really comes through this property really strong, especially during monsoon season, and that can knock down tall crops like sunflowers and sorghum. But that wind also pulls moisture out of the plants and causes us to need to use more water. So by establishing windbreaks like what's behind me is wild cotton, moringa, and wolfberry, these are going to provide some shelter, some beneficial habitat for insects and animals, but also provide some shelter from the wind, the sun, and reduce our water needs for those plants as well. This time last year, this was bare ground covered in weeds, and we just want to say a huge thank you to many of you who came out as volunteers to help us weed and prep this area. It's now full with 24 garden beds, and monsoon season, this is our first grow out in this space, and it's just been really productive already this season. So we're really grateful for all the help getting us out here, and we've got our new irrigation system installed, and that has just been turning into a really productive seed yield from this space already. In this plot, we're growing out Mayo Blusher squash, which is a variety we're growing out with our Partner Gardener program this summer. The Partner Gardeners is a group of about 20 individuals throughout Arizona, from Navajo Nation to here in Tucson, who are all growing out the same variety with us, Mayo Blusher, in different locations all at the same time. And in addition to providing a really great seed increase of this variety, we're also increasing the diversity of this variety by having it grown out in different locations and then combining that at the end of the season. Partner Gardeners will be able to save some of that and provide it for their gardens and their communities in the future, but we'll also get a really great harvest to refresh what's in the seed bank and make available for distribution. One of our biggest additions is moving and constructing this high tunnel from the Patagonia farm here to Tucson. The high tunnel and the shade house, which will be right next to it, will serve as our nursery in the winter and the summer, and that'll just give us a lot of room for mist tables for starting and maintaining transplants throughout the winter and the summer growing seasons. Thank you for taking the time to learn about the Native Seed Search Conservation Gardens. This work is made possible by the indigenous communities who stewarded these seeds before us, by those that donated these seeds, organizational members, volunteers, and donors. You can join this growing community of supporters today by visiting nativeseeds.org/donate.